Hey, y'all. Let's see. Make sure my stuff's working like it's supposed to. There we go. Hey, wow. I've got so much crazy stuff on my screen right now. Hey, everybody. So, yeah, we didn't do an intro because we're running a little behind for court. Court starts here in about 5 minutes or so. We're gonna do some Weasel news, but first of all, I got a defendant I've got to get through the court system, Mr. Sly Jacobs. He has a couple of charges on him, so we gotta get him to the court system right fast. Right fast, and drop in and say hey to a few folks. Taylor Ray, Hoff, Firefighter Jason Everett, Kia Sportage 2023, and Max El Cerro, and Leah. P. Hoff, P. Hoff is a Kuffs community member. Taylor Ray and Leah are my awesome moderators. Oh, that's Chris Tobert popping in to the chat right fast. How y'all doing tonight? Hope you're doing good. Chris Tobert's another one of my awesome moderators. So yeah, let's get them up in here and get this court case started. Then we'll come back out and change over to Dick Ashley.
Don't do shit chair. That's not quite proper courtroom decorum
Although,
there.
could you imagine if you start taking a shit on the chair though?
Do what Chief
Okay.
McGroin did the other day. I've got one stuck. That'll get you in contempt, I think.
Try it and find out.
Oh shit, y'all! The body cam footage just got released from Memphis Police Department for that Tyree Nichols beating.
So how's everybody doing?
I've been
Hope you're
hearing that
doing
all
good.
day on talk radio.
Yeah, it's gonna be ugly.
Dude, you know what I think? This is the first I've heard of it.
This is our courtroom, everybody.
I've heard it all.
Yeah, about it for a while.
I don't think I've heard of it.
We're not allowed to discuss that kind of stuff.
I can
yeah.
predict
I mean,
the
in our
future.
among ourselves, yeah, but like out in the open, we're not allowed to discuss that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
gonna try to
big-ass mess, man. All 5 of those officers have been charged with murder, second-degree murder.
So I'm assuming that'll be talked about on Sunday.
Probably. Although that might need a show of its own because we were going to talk about the
All right, it's gonna be
constitutional carry in the
first
state of
person.
Alabama.
So
Oh, hello. Roll Tide.
Since that went into I don't roll no tide. I moved up here from Louisiana.
yeah. So hey there, y'all.
Hey, everybody has their own rainbow flag.
Yeah, this is gonna be a
yours. I'll rip mine.
it's gonna be a different stream than what most folks are used to seeing.
I tasted
So-
the rainbow.
We're gonna see how it
Yeah.
goes. I see
What, with
Mr.
some
Golden
Sharpskin
shower thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah, shittles.
I got to stand up.
I walk up to the courthouse last night, and Wizard's sitting here looking like he's straight out of an episode of Chicago Fire in his dress uniform.
That's a cop.
I had to get our phones ready for court later.
Well, that case is pleading out, so he won't have to testify.
Yeah, I still have him there though for emotional support. You know, have him sit there. Yeah, we got him. He beat the snot out of me, and we're getting him away.
There we go. Let's see my back.
I've got room coming in. I've got a few people dressing up as fire. You know, like either he gets charged or he gets beaten to death.
Wow.
I'll take the ladder.
Yeah, the FD justice.
Yeah, honest, I got a confession. I had this character created it before I ever submitted that request.
Yeah.
Figured, I've been told no several times in my life. How hard is a no? With he'll go from a lawyer to a real estate agent.
No. How about no?
I love getting all this on live stream
I like
over here.
having defense attorneys, several defense attorneys, because we can rotate them around.
I love getting all this on live
When
stream.
you got, you know, like Rye, for example, being the chief of police and a defense attorney, it's hard for him to
So what's everybody doing tonight? Hey y'all.
defend cases if he was
It's the
on scene,
weekend.
you know?
Yeah, well, mine's from Austria. so it's
TGIF.
Oh, that'll be great.
If
I'm
all of
drinking
my
milk
cases settle out,
and
this will be
eating
easy.
peanut butter Oreos tonight. That's my supper. Well, my
Is
dessert.
the balcony open for usage?
If you have to pee, go to the bathroom, please.
Don't pee down on us.
So
That'll be
yeah.
one to cheer.
There's access
Yep.
up there, right? On
We'll
the
get him in ready.
top part?
Yes, the balcony
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
access.
There's stairs
Okay.
that go up there. The stairs that
Gotcha.
are in the lobby go up there.
You can't hear
I
much
think I'll
up
head
there.
Yeah. Hey, at least you get a overview of the court.
All right, I'm about to kick this puppy off over here.
All right, y'all.
Alright.
Hey,
Let's do
Onyx
it.
is streaming over there. Rye is also streaming. Ron is streaming. Megan is streaming. That is the only 5 of them that I know that is streaming.
We have
So,
a clerk.
if you want to go over and check them out and see
was
what
about to
they're up
ask.
to, go over and hang out with them for a little while. Come back here, hang out with me. Jump through everybody's eyes and see everybody's wonderful
What about a stenographer?
push to talk. So go over there and check them all out. Hey there, Metro Rail Fenner. I hope you're doing good.
Too bad, man.
I hope you're doing good.
It's been a few.
That is
So yeah, I think it's exclamation Rye, exclamation Onyx, exclamation Roan, exclamation Megan. If my box working like it's supposed to, I haven't checked see if the daggone box working. My luck is not working. Yeah, you know how it goes, Hoff. Open my dashboard up. Let's make sure this box on and off. I'm getting everybody's stream pop-ups. No, we're not installing today. Go down here to my bot. Where's my bot? Bot is off and bot is on. Maybe. Yes, bot is on. Awesome. Oh, now it's off. Come on, stay on, Mr. Bot. CloudBot should be on. Yeah, I love nights like this where everybody can stream all your different points of view. Megan's over there streaming. She wasn't going to stream tonight. I talked her into streaming. I said, stream, girl, stream. Even if you're just sitting in the courtroom, stream your point of view. Test out your stuff. Make sure it works like it's supposed to. Oh, yes. You have, is it arthritis there, Metra? Oh. How old are you, Metra? You old enough to have arthritis yet? Or have you done like I did when I was a kid? Jump off the roofs of houses and stuff. Gives me arthritis in my knees now. So once again, tonight, starting off, we are as Sly Jacobs. He has several charges of grand theft auto on him. He has some possession with intent to distribute, some speeding, some fake ID charges, all kinds of other stuff. Oh, I know you can get it at any age, Metro. I was just teasing a little bit. I know doing things when you're young causes it to flare up a lot earlier than when you get to like your 60s, 70s, 80s type deal. And you can also have it when you're born, not born at, but at an earlier age, and just joints not forming right now. Southpaw, what up? A Kuffs community member right there hanging out with us tonight. He's jumping between all the streams too. He said, golly, man, I got to go through 5 different streams tonight. You ain't got to, but it's appreciated by everybody. If you will, while we got a moment in action before we get started, if you enjoy this stream, watching it on replay, watching it live, give me a good old thumbs up if you like it. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. It doesn't hurt my feelings none. But I do like the thumbs up a lot better than thumbs down. Hit a subscribe button for me. If you feel froggy, hit a share button. If you're going over to anybody else that's streaming, give them a good old thumbs up. Give them a subscribe button. Give them a share out so everybody else can see all of our fun times we have in here. Yeah, it's no fun, Metro. I have to take a leave from my poor, achy joints. Craig just can't get comfortable up here in front of me, Mr. Carlson. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Ooh, look at Ace walking in here. Ace is probably streaming tonight too. I don't know. He could be streaming. Ember may be streaming. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. I hate to bring up the menu, see what she logged in as. Ember is logged in as Weasel News too, so she might be streaming Weasel News from her point of view tonight, which is going to be awesome in itself. Or then again, she could be as a cop. I don't know what she's doing. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, our court is now in session. Couple of housekeeping reminders for you in the courtroom. Do make sure that you don't disrupt any of the proceedings, so I don't have to hold you in contempt. And send you right on to the jail for the rest of the evening.
He will too.
And make sure that your cell phones are silenced or turned off. I don't want anything in the courtroom. No photographs, no videos, no audio recording.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and call our first case. Do we have? Let's see. Let's get the prosecutor first. Gonna need to see Prosecutor Jack Kuffs.
I think this is mine.
And Defense Attorney Al Sharkskin. This is gonna be in the matter of State of San Andreas versus Sly J. Jacobs. Mr. Jacobs, you can come forth with your attorney.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Kuffs, are you in the courtroom?
That's affirmative, sir.
Do we have Mr. Sharkskin and Mr. Sly Jacobs?
Yes, sir. Mr. Jacobs is right here.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Mr. Jacobs is here. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. If we could get y'all to the defense table over there, Mr. Sharkskin and Mr. Jacobs. Mr. Kuffs. It's my understanding there's a plea deal pending in this matter.
I believe that is correct, Your Honor.
All right, let me look over it here on my end just for a moment. While I'm doing that, Mr. Kuffs, do you have the nature of the charges available? Mr. Kuffs?
Yes, Your Honor. He's got 7 counts of Grand Theft Auto, possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute, public intoxication ×2, speeding 1 to 9 over, possession of fake license ID. That's the current charges for today.
Oh my. You said 7 counts of Grand Theft Auto, right?
That's affirmative.
All right, I don't seem to have copied the notes into the docket information here. What was the plea agreement?
Your Honor, I have not been in contact with the suspect. This defendant here had not contacted me. I do not have any plea agreement on my records, nor have I spoken to this gentleman for this best second right here before you.
Okay. I believe ADA Hamlin had sent a message to the court that there was a guilty plea to be entered. Mr. Jacobs, was that your intention, was to enter a plea of guilty?
Yes, Your Honor. That was my intention.
Okay, and you have not met with Mr. Sharkskin yet?
No, no, sir, not yet.
Okay. So, do you wish to be represented by Mr. Sharkskin, or you plan on representing yourself?
I guess he can represent me, but I didn't see any need for a representative. You know, I'm gonna plead guilty and go ahead and get on out of here.
Okay. So, when you spoke with Mr. Hamlin, was there what was the agreement you two came to? Was there a reduced sentence, or?
Yes, sir. There was going to be a slightly reduced sentence. I know I messed up stealing those cars, so I know I got to, you know, pay my time for those cars and all that. But I think he said he was going to drop the what's it called, the fake ID, fake license charge, and the possession with intent to distribute. Because I still maintain, you know, that was all personal. That was all personal usage.
How does that sound to you, Mr. Kuffs, to drop the one felony count of possession of controlled substance with intent to distribute and the misdemeanor charge of possession of a fake license or identification?
That sounds good with me, Your Honor. However, I would like to go for the maximum on the Grand Theft Auto charges.
I'm inclined to go on the lower end, Mr. Kuffs, due to the subject pleading guilty on all of these charges. He's got quite the list here. 3 years per count. I would give the maximum if we ran those concurrently at the same time. Is that agreeable to the prosecution?
I'd be agreeable with that.
All right, Mr. Jacobs, you understand that by pleading guilty, you're waiving your right to a trial. You're also waiving your right to appeal the decision and the sentencings of this court. Do you understand that?
Yeah, yes, sir. I understand that. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, in light of the plea agreement and the prosecution not having any issues with it, Mr. Sharkskin, do you have any issues with that? I know you haven't met with your client. I would be sentencing him on the low end of everything except the 7 counts of Grand Theft Auto, which would be sentenced at the maximum of 3 years, but those would be run concurrently, so it would just be 1 3-year sentence. Is that agreeable to you, Mr. Sharkskin?
Well, that's agreeable to me. Whatever this gentleman would like to do to settle his debt to society, I'm okay with.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I want to do. Settle my debt. I know I owe a debt.
All right, so we are going to be dismissing the charge of possession of a fake license or identification. I will be dropping the charge of possession of controlled substance with the intent to distribute. Mr. Jacobs, you'll be found guilty on 7 counts of Grand Theft Auto. I sentence you to 3 years to be served concurrent. You have 3 years for each of those 7 charges, but they will be served all at one time, so it will be a max of 3 years there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I also will find you guilty on 2 counts of public intoxication, 1 count of speeding, 1 to 9 miles per hour over. Total sentence is going to be 4 years in the Department of Corrections to be served at Bolingbroke. Your fine, sir. Your fines will be $72,000.
Yes, sir.
You will need to. You will have up to. Once you get out of your 3-year prison sentence, Mr. Jacobs, you'll have 3 years of probation.
Okay.
You have to pay off those fines within those 3 years of that probation. They can be paid before then, of course, but you will have till 3 years after you're released to get those paid.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna order that you report to. You're gonna have to report to jail beginning tomorrow.
Okay.
I believe there's gonna be a prison transport. You'll be contacted by the Department of Corrections to let you know where to come and turn yourself in. You'll be transported to Bolingbroke at that time.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Good, Mr. Sharkskin?
Yes, sir. I agree with that, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Kuffs, you're good with that?
Yes, sir. I'm happy with that.
All right. So that's the order of the court. $72,000 fine. We're going to do a total of 4 years at Bolingbroke, 3 years probation. $72,000 fine has to be paid before the end of that 3-year probation.
Okay.
Any questions, Mr.?
No, sir. No, Your Honor. I don't have any questions.
All right, you can go ahead and see the bailiff outside. They'll get you fixed up with your information on where to report to turn yourself in tomorrow. Now, Mr. Jacobs, I'm going to caution you. If you do not show up tomorrow to turn yourself in, a fugitive from justice warrant will be issued for your arrest. Do you understand?
Oh, yes, sir. I understand. I don't plan on screwing this up.
Okay, and at that time, I will rescind this current sentencing, and you will be resentenced on all of these charges. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. I understand that fully, wholeheartedly.
Okay. All right, Mr. Jacobs, you're free to head outside there, meet with the bailiff, and get ready to turn yourself in for tomorrow.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Let's see. The next case I have on my docket here is State of San Andreas versus Lily Rolls.
Holy shit, y'all. Okay, so let me go through this. So let me see about who popped in. Turtle Gaming popped in right fast. Hey there, Turtle, a Kuffs community member. Ember Rose, a Kuffs community member and a moderator for me. Hey! Ethan Boudreau popped in saying, hey, that's Ron. Ronnie, a Kuffs community member. Macy, I hope y'all were doing good. Yeah, Ember, like she's tough back. Like she's ready to whoop somebody's ass, y'all. I'm sorry I couldn't I couldn't break character right there while we was doing all that fun stuff, so. Let me go over here. So then let me do a quick change right fast.
All right, and you're here representing Miss Rolls.
Yes, sir. She was unavailable to get out of jail at this time to attend court.
Okay. All right, Mr. Johnson.
We got go down here to with the badge.
2 counts of resisting arrest and 1 count of evading.
Okay, so let me pull my chat window over here. Yeah, Ember does look sharper than that.
Well, Your Honor, I did get a chance to talk to Lily, and
Okay,
she is
there we go.
guilty on all charges.
All right, we ready to go back in the courtroom now?
Does she,
Stand to the back side back there.
plan on attending these anger management classes?
I'm not entirely sure about that because she's currently incarcerated.
What are her current charges? Do you know?
I'm not informed of that actually because I didn't handle that previous case.
Okay, gotcha. All right. All right. So she just wanted you to appear on her behalf and enter a guilty plea.
Yes, sir. She said to plead guilty on all charges.
All right. Well, what we'll do, I'll accept her plea of guilty. She's gonna be sentenced to 2 years in the Department of Corrections total. I'm gonna combine all of these charges. She'll serve 2 years in the Department of Corrections. Fine amount is going to be $22,000. Is that agreeable to you, Mr. Callow?
It is, Your Honor. Yes.
2 years. And how long has she been incarcerated for these other charges? Do you know?
I am unclear on that. When I did
almost
speak with
messed
her,
up, pulled a gun out.
most recently, she was already in jail, but I think she was in there for about a year.
Was she in there on these charges, or she's in there
No.
on some other charges?
It was on a different situation.
Okay, I got you. All right, well, here's what I want to do. Get with Ms. Rose at some point and inform the court as well as Mr. Russell here on what her current charges are, how much time that she served. I may apply these 2 years to time served on these other cases, depending on what they are, if she can get these fines paid within 90 days.
I understand.
Okay. All right. Any other questions for me, Mr. Callow?
No, I don't believe so at this time.
All right. Well, that'll be the order of the court. I will accept the guilty pleas on these, sentence Ms. Rose to 2 years in the Department of Corrections, and levy a fine of $22,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You are welcome, sir.
Here we
Is
go.
that all agreeable to you, Mr. Johnson?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
I would be willing to go with that deal. However, I would
There's
push for some kind of license
Pilot
restriction upon her release,
2K7 in my
considering
chat.
the
Been a
fact
minute
that it
there,
was
Ace.
evading a law
Hope you're doing
enforcement
good
vehicle
tonight.
and the fact that it was a stolen fire department vehicle.
Okay, I'm not sure what her other charges are. Let me see if I can find her in the computer system here.
Macy, Leah. I scroll around the room right fast as Al. Look at Ember over there, looking all tough. Have to get a good screenshot of this one.
Okay, it looks like she doesn't have any other cases pending in this jurisdiction.
How's everybody
She has
doing tonight?
jurisdiction that she's got these other cases pending. Tell you what we'll do. Since I can't really have
had
much to do with those other
Make him
charges,
sit
what
down
we'll do
because
is
he
we'll
was
do
doing
the
some
2
crazy
years,
stuff.
on these charges. I also want to put a flag on her driver's license for as being known for evasion. Want to also put her on probation, supervised probation.
It's gonna be a little slow tonight, but it's always a good time.
Probation officer once a month, and inform them before she leaves the state. Does that sound good, Mr. Callow?
TGIF.
That sounds pretty good to me, indeed.
All right. Well, let's do that. So it'd be 2 years in prison, $22,000 fine, 2 years supervised probation, and she'll need to
Go
report
here
her
and make me
probation
drop off
officer.
into their streams right fast.
Okay, it sounds good.
She's also being on probation. Make sure she understands she can be color coded. She could be called in for a P test.
Ooh, color coded.
I'll
Hey,
inform her.
Megan.
All right, that's the order of the court. 2 years in 2 years probation, $22,000 fine. flag as a known evader on the driver's license. If there's any other issues with that, I'm going to revert to a driver's license,
Go.
Mr. Callow. Also, she will be
Someone
required
is
to report to that probation officer at least once per month.
having to get a urine test
Okay,
done.
sounds good.
Ooh, boy.
All right, that's it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You are welcome. Let's see. I understand that Mr. Hamlin wasn't going to be able to make it to court tonight. I've got another case where he's the prosecutor. It's this State of San Andreas versus Vincent Boombots.
Did he say fembots?
Mr. Johnson, I believe you were going to serve as public defender on this case, correct?
Affirmative.
Okay. And I also
Look at
that
that
there's
judge.
a plea deal pending. Mr. Kuffs, are you able to fill in as prosecutor on this case?
Yes, I can do that, Your Honor.
Okay. Let me get my information pulled up over here on this plea bargain real quick.
Ooh, what you eating out there, Hoff? We had to zoom in on Onyx's lubricant judge.
All right, Mr. Johnson has. I see here where part of the plea agreement is guilty plea on the kidnapping charge, which is a felony. Dropping the 2 counts of battery. Actually, I only see 1 count. There's only 1 count pending on my information here, unless that was transferred incorrectly to the court. No, I see 1 count of battery, 1 count of kidnapping. Yeah, it looks like the officer only wrote up 1 count of kidnapping.
Yes, Your Honor. Conferring with my records, I do see 1 count of kidnapping, 1 count of battery. I think that was a logistical issue on our side. Apologies.
I'll tell y'all, it's one thing
Okay, no
to be
problem.
watching
So
this
we're
and then
gonna
watch someone else's
drop
stream, and
the
it's like a
battery
5
charge.
second, 10 second delay.
I'll go ahead and
It throws
notate
you
that we're
off.
dropping 2 counts of battery just in case it's ever corrected.
Cheese
at
and
any
spinach
and then,
manicotti,
plead guilty
manicotti
on the kidnapping
with
in
red
exchange for
and green
9
pesto.
years, which is already been
That's ace in
served.
front of
Am
me
I
right there.
correct
That is correct, Your Honor. We would like my client released on
There's
time served,
Megan's-
as he's already
making
been
Megan's head.
incarcerated for 9
There's
years.
Craig Carlson.
I got you. Okay.
Not sure who's where what.
Mr. Kuffs, you have any issues with that 9 years time served on the kidnapping?
No, not at all, Your Honor. I thought it was quite a reasonable request.
With red and green pesto.
I mean, the maximum sentence is 12 years anyway.
Exactly, and since it's had to wait 9 years to get to trial, thought it was a fair deal.
We had to wait 9 years. Oh, cheesy pasta tubes with rabbit food stuffed in.
All right, so here
It's
will
all
be the
good
order of the
to
court.
you.
I'll accept this plea deal with
I'm not
a
real big
couple
on
minor
spinach, but I'm not gonna knock it till I try it.
I will drop the 2 counts of battery. I will find Mr. Boombot's guilty on the kidnapping. Sentence him to 9 years time served with a $10,000
Excuse me.
fine.
I like this view.
However,
'cause it
he
gives it a
will,
good,
serve the remainder
realistic point of view.
of the maximum 12 years. So 3 years he will be on probation. During that time that he's on probation, if he's picked up any more, there won't be any other plea bargains accepted on any other arrests. Is that?
Yeah, you have to do what you have to do.
That is, Your Honor.
I've been trying to eat better myself, but you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Pardon my tardiness. I had something in my eye.
Oh, no problem, Mr. Boombot. So here's what the order of the court's going to be. We're going to sentence you to 9 years time served on the felony kidnapping. I'll be dropping the 2 counts of battery. You won't be prosecuted on those. I'm going to levy a $10,000 fine for the kidnapping charge. And then you will be on probation for years, at which time you may be contacted by your probation officer to, if you're color coded, to have to pee in a cup or otherwise take some kind of blood or alcohol test. Is that clear?
Yeah, that's fine. I ain't worried about any of that. I don't do none of that stuff.
Okay. All right, glad to hear. All right, well, I understand you've already served 9 years, correct, Mr. Broombots?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, as of today, you are free to go, Mr. Broombots. You do not have to report back to the Department of Corrections. We'll get that paperwork prepared for you. You'll need to meet with the bailiff outside and get that handled so that they're not looking for you back at Bolingbroke this evening.
All
But
right.
you will be free to go today. However, you do have a $10,000 fine, and you'll still have 3 years probation. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's quite okay.
All right. Anybody got any questions on that one, Mr. Johnson or Mr. Kuffs?
Negative,
No,
none
Your
from our
Honor.
end.
Mr. Benbots, you're clear on it all?
Yes, sir.
Everybody here fine, I hope.
All right, but that's it for this case then. Next case is going to be State of San Andreas versus Rob Robertson. Mr. Kosh, you are the prosecutor on that case, and I showed that the attorney of record for the defense is Reverend Al Sharkskin.
Present, Your Honor.
All right, good to see you as always, Mr. Sharkskin.
All right, that sounds good. I'm hoping I was able to stream good tonight because my kid's in her room playing her 5M server tonight.
Well, this is quite the list of charges here as well.
I tried to do this last year, but my stuff didn't want to work out quite right.
So if I'm reading this correctly, we have 1 count of giving false ID to the police,
So
1 count of evading law enforcement
this
in
year,
a vehicle, 1 count of assault on a public official, 1 count of robbery, 1 count of identity theft, 1 count of grand theft auto, and 1 count of receiving stolen property. Does that sound correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
yeah, I'm not bringing my AT&T.
Alright,
Lets me
Mr.
more
Sharkskin,
because
is
some
your
nights,
client,
it's
Mr.
hit and miss with
Robertson,
AT&T on me.
in the courtroom today?
I do not see him, Your Honor.
I am
I
ready
did speak with him
for that
at
new
length
company to come in and lay us
yesterday and the day before
2 gig
yesterday,
fiber to home
but I do not see
internet.
him here this evening. Oh, there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, have your seat right there, yo man. Have your seat right there. My client is present, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Is
So
that
I see-
wrong?
I see here that the pending plea bargain that's on the table is to drop the charges of identity theft and receiving stolen property. Your client would enter a guilty plea for all remaining charges for a 10-year prison sentence with $32,000 fine. Does that sound correct, Mr. Sharkskin?
Yes, sir. In the name of justice, this guy got a lot of outstanding things, loose ends, if you want to call it. He's been taken
Excuse
care
me.
of. We would just like to wrap all this up, get this gentleman incarcerated, get him serving a sentence so he can get back home to his family. He's tired of being on the
I like
land,
sitting here from
Your
this point of
Honor.
view,
I
catching
got you,
all
I
this on
got you.
TV.
So he bonded out that day. He hasn't been serving any time yet.
No, sir. No, sir. I'm not sure if that was a mistake on the city's part, but he was released back into the public, and I think that could have led, to him coming back out here doing some of this other stuff. Had he been rehabilitated at the time, but the city didn't seem fit at that time.
Sometimes you can hear Rye's voice come back out, his
Yeah.
natural voice come back
Yeah,
out.
I'm a big fan of allowing people to bond out. I mean, until their case comes to court. I don't really want to crowd the courts with folks that haven't actually been found guilty yet. Or crowd the jail rather with folks that haven't been found guilty. So I'm good with that. Mr. Kuffs, is that your understanding? pleading guilty to all charges, but dropping the identity theft and receiving stolen property, 10-year prison sentence, and a $32,000 fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is, Your
Andrew Chuckin, how
Okay.
you doing, buddy?
I've got some.
Hope you had a
some
good stream
serious,
over there, buddy.
Issues with this case. Mr. Robertson, I want you to listen real closely, okay?
Uh-oh.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
You're charged with assaulting a paramedic and taking his medical bag. On top of all this other that we've got going on here, I'm inclined to decline this plea bargain and have you stand trial, sir. However, you know, since this has been worked out, I will entertain this plea bargain. I'm going to tell you right now, if you ever come back into this courtroom again with assault on a paramedic,
Ooh.
there will be no plea bargains accepted. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. I understand.
Judge Lubricant ain't playing, y'all. Oh.
So I'll accept this plea bargain. We will sentence Mr. Robertson to 10 years in the Department of Corrections at Bolingbroke. I'll levy a fine of $32,000.
That's right, Hoff.
Judge
Don't like no thieving medical bags. I think he may castrate that poor
Mr.
dog.
Kuffs, was there any medical bills that the paramedic had to pay?
I'm not aware of any at this time, Your Honor. He is here. If you'd like to speak with him.
Who's that, Mr. Alphonse Jackson?
That is, sir.
That would be me, Your Honor.
You mind stepping up to this front podium here for a moment?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, shit, something just blew up outside.
Sounds like you've got a fire hydrant issue outside.
You got a leak.
Yeah.
But get a fire department on that.
Alphonse,
Oh,
did
yeah.
how bad were your injuries, sir?
Judge
Your
Lewis
Honor, I stopped for a small
Lubricant
break. In that
is our
time, he walked up
judge
behind
tonight.
me, gave me a large hit to the head. I was unconscious for approximately 15 minutes. In that time, medical staff rendered aid to me, and I was able to leave the scene.
Is there pressure washer at the courthouse, Hoff, or is it just a fire hydrant? Because I had a light pole earlier.
I was on active duty at the time. I believe those bills are roughly $5,000.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I can have that looked into and have that re-delivered to the court through my chief.
Okay, that sounds good. Is that
Oh,
what,
that's
is
Mike.
that what happened to your
Oh,
face?
God, that's Mike.
No, that is another condition.
Okay, unrelated to this case.
Yes.
I get
Mike
it.
Ock likes
All right. Well, the order of
Honorable
you're free to go sit
George
back down, Mr.
Lubricant.
Alphonse, I appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry for your injuries there, sir.
Thank you.
So the order of the court is going to be we'll drop the
Mike Ock and Lubricant.
false ID and receiving stolen property charges, and we'll find him guilty on the rest of these
Oh,
charges.
God.
Levy
I'm
a
going to
10-year
hell.
prison Sentence, $32,000 fine,
Shit.
plus restitution and whatever amount was out of pocket for the paramedic.
He
to
got
pay for his
off
own
cheaper than
medical
I did. Holy hell, he
bills.
had sold it to
He
somebody.
believes it's $5,000.
All I did was
Could be
steal
a
the
little more, could be
cars.
A little more, so I'm not going to put an exact dollar amount on it now until we get that.
Wow. Hey, Hoff, it was hard to say that.
in. That's going to be sent over to Mr. Cobb's office. We'll forward that over to you, Mr. Sharkskin. So it'll be $32,000 fine plus restitution for the medical bills.
I had actually had pizza
That makes
tonight
sense.
for supper, and then I had some peanut butter Oreos for dessert. I was a ham,
Reverend Sharkskin.
That's yeah, so that's
bell pepper, and onions.
All right, so now the fine is payable to
So-
the court. The restitution can be paid through the DA's office, which will then be forwarded.
Hey,
to
Ace is
the
streaming over there
pay
too.
back his medical bills. So that'll be the order of the court. 10 years in prison, dropping the ID theft and receiving stolen property. Guilty on all other charges, $32,000 fine plus restitution for medical bills.
Is there any way that I could apologize to the paramedic?
That's up to your attorney and whether he wants you to speak on that or not. But I mean, you could come up to the podium and turn around and apologize to him. I don't want you walking over to him.
Is that okay, Mr. Sarksian?
Yeah, I believe I trust there's enough law enforcement in here in case something goes south.
I just want to apologize to the paramedic. I was going through a rough time in my life.
Yeah,
And I'm
Steve.
trying to change my life around. This seems to be a huge eye opener. I'm sorry.
Tear to my eye. I'm crying. Let the record show I'm crying in court.
Okay, Mr. Sharkskin, I should notate that on there. All right, so that's it for that case.
Oh God.
Mr. Robertson, you'll need to report to the bailiff outside. You're going to be transported to Bolingbroke tomorrow morning. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I do.
Tomorrow evening, I'm sorry. Tomorrow evening, you'll be transported to Bolingbroke.
Okay, I understand.
All right, so get your affairs cleared up. If you fail to show up to be transported to Bolingbroke, fugitive from justice warrant is going to be issued, and we may very well rescind this sentence and hold a trial on the full set of charges.
There's a lot of folks
understand.
streaming out here tonight. Ace
All
is
right,
streaming.
we'll see you back here tomorrow, sir.
All right.
I'm not sure if Amber's streaming. She may not be.
All right, gentlemen, let's see. Next on my docket, I see one Mr. Bo Puke. Reading that correctly?
I'll see you back at the firehouse.
Okay.
That's correct, Your Honor. Bo Puke.
Uh-oh.
It could be France Puke, but I think it's Puke.
I got you. Okay, Mr. Hamlin was the prosecutor on this case. Who was planning on filling in for him? Has somebody else taken that?
Your Honor, Mr. Hamlin asked me to step in for this case.
Okay, and Mr. Sharkskin, were you going to be representing Mr. Pouquet?
Yes, sir. I will be letting Mr. Bo Puke here on a couple charges.
Okay, all right, and he's that's Mr. Is it pronounced Pouquet or Puke?
It's puke.
It's Puke.
Corrected here in court, Your Honor. The record show that.
Okay. I understand there's a plea deal pending on this one as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have he's got several outstanding cases all the way back to early last year. It's time for him to pay the piper, Your Honor. So we've agreed to plead guilty in all three cases. Serve 2 years if they'll drop on the one count of a felony evading, reckless operation, and speed.
Oh yeah.
We'll also request
Luke
that his
Puke,
vehicle
Bo
be
Puke.
released to his uncle. What your uncle name is, boy? Jesse?
Yeah, my uncle's name is Jersey.
Josie. Okay, yeah. His
Josie.
car's been impounded, and they need that on account of, they need to go get
Josie,
groceries, and
Josie.
they only got a little old beat-up pickup truck. Don't go very far.
Okay, I got you. All right, so I see that there's 5 charges on here, but the plea deal is all 3 cases being combined. What is it we're wanting to drop here?
Well, we'll just want to plead guilty to 1 felony evading, 1 reckless operation, and 1 speeding. Basically, the charges in all the cases under records 4474, 4742, 4799, basically the same charges, just multiple. But I feel some of them so old, we didn't know if they would have the witnesses here. The prosecution didn't know if they could prove all that from back then. So we just got together and come up with a plan we thought would do justice on both sides, Your Honor.
Oh boy.
All right, so we're talking about 1 count of reckless driving.
Hey, Steven Jr., how you doing?
1 count.
Hope you're doing good. So yeah, this is our
reckless
normal
evading of law
Cuff
enforcement,
stream with fire, and Leo, and all hell breaking loose. This is where
one
folks
count of
actually have to
evading law
pay
enforcement in a vehicle and dropping
for
everything
their
else. Is that correct?
Yes,
crimes
yeah,
they've done made.
Just try to clear the docket again, you know, and just get justice served on both sides so he can come. He's still young, you know, he a young, strapping man. He work on a farm. He help his family. He got an old grandpa and a big old pretty niece and all that. And, you know, he just need to do his time, get back and help on the farm.
So yeah. Hey, well, we got a little moment real fast. Do me a favor, if you're enjoying this point of view of court tonight, hit that like button,
Alright,
hit that subscribe button for me, turn them notifications on. If you don't like it,
Are you good with that plea bargain, sir?
leave me a
Your
comment.
Honor, I would be inclined to accept
Why you
that
don't like
deal.
it? Leave it down. Thumbs too.
I would also agree to release the vehicle, as I don't feel like the family should be punished for his crimes.
I got you.
Also, I think if my bot's working like it's
Let me
supposed
tally
to
up
be,
what the
exclamation
comments
ace,
has
exclamation
50
onyx,
been out on
exclamation
bond?
rye,
Mr. Clark
exclamation
Jr. said, has
Megan,
he been
exclamation
in
wrong,
jail since this
should
he's,
bring
uh,
up the
he's been
other
out of jail,
6
sir.
people who are also
I
streaming
will
tonight.
say,
So we
you know,
have like
he's been
7
trying to keep
folks
it out of trouble,
streaming
been keeping it low profile
from the courthouse tonight.
for almost 2 months now. He
They
does
can't
have
hear me because I'm on
serious
push to talk right now, which is
charges.
part of the rules of the
Then on account
courthouse,
y'all had his car, too.
where I can still talk to chat, all that fun stuff.
Real low profile.
Fuck Steve killing me.
Y'all some jam out there, your mom.
Oh yeah, we have all that.
All right, Mr. Puke,
Yes, sir.
I am, I want to, I'm gonna try just a bit here with this reckless evading of law enforcement, sir.
Okay.
You understand that when you're running from law enforcement, you could run over and kill other people.
Well, I really didn't know they were back there because I was tuning up my car and I was listening to how awesome the sound of the engine was. So I had no idea they were behind me, and I was just driving really fast on the dirt roads.
Oh God.
Well, here's what I'm going to tell you, Mr. Puke. If you come back before this court with some type of super reckless behavior in the future, I'm probably not going to be nearly as lenient as what you're getting today.
Well, I appreciate it, sir. I'll try my best to stay out of trouble.
Your Honor, I did have a heart-to-heart with this gentleman yesterday
Heart
over a
to
cup
heart.
of tea at the bean machine, and we cried and hugged, and I think he understands what he's done. and how
So,
stupid, reckless he's
Steve
been
is
with the
also
younger
streaming too. If y'all want to go check out Steve's stream.
So, did he? Was the tea too hot or something? Is that why he's talking like?
No, sir. He's got these ball strangling jeans on. He wears.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hate it when that happens. Okay, so if my notes are correct then, and I've tallied all of this up, I'm seeing where it's going to be.
Oh, so exclamation Steve brings up Steve's stream also. That's 7 people streaming tonight.
And a $21,000 fine.
Your Honor, if it may be possible, given just a reflection back
Oh,
there,
God.
he said he wasn't aware of the people on the street whilst he was driving recklessly.
Okay,
Given
so
light to that information,
exclamation
I feel like he should
Onyx
reseek
for the
some kind of
judge.
Formal driving lessons of some kind.
Exclamation Rye
And maybe
for
some kind of
the
provision on that
current
license, as
defense
I
attorney.
feel like that is grossly disgusting that he wasn't aware of there being
Yes, Megan,
civilians on
get the
public
good side
street
here.
that he was recklessly evading law
Megan,
enforcement.
and right here in front of me is streaming. Exclamation Megan.
I suggest you scan, new ads.
All right, here's what we'll do then.
Exclamation
We'll do 2 years
Ace.
Bolingbroke.
He's over to my right.
Mr. Puke, you're detained
Exclamation
yourself
Steve, dead ahead of me.
Begin serving your sentence. Gonna levy a fine
Who
of
else?
$21,000.
Myself.
once your 2 years is up, Mr. Puke,
I
I'm
lost,
gonna
exclamation
let
Roan.
you attend
Roan is a
driving
prosecutor
school.
also, so he is also streaming
Those
tonight. I'm
classes
not
are,
sure where Roan
you
is
know,
in the
about
courtroom at this
$300
time.
plus.
Do you want me to give the lessons on how to drive?
No, I need you to take lessons on how to drive, sir. On how to drive safely, rather.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we
you
go.
know, from looking at your charges, you know how to drive, but you only know how to drive like a bat out of hell. I want you to learn how to drive like a normal person on the normal roads, okay?
I guess
Your
I'll have to.
Honor, I would be willing to help him drive his car, take some lessons. My car needs to go in the shop, but if it'll come out in about 2.5 weeks, I take him out there in the alley out there and teach him how to, go forward and backward if the court please.
I got you. Okay. I'm gonna also order that the
Yeah, we also
defendant's
got
vehicle be released
Onyx.
to family. However,
And
before
Ace.
that vehicle is released,
Who else is streaming? I
any
can't remember who else is
impound
streaming
fees
tonight.
are
Oh,
gonna
besides myself.
need to be paid. You understand that, Mr. Sharkskin?
Yes, sir, we do understand.
Okay. Any impound fees are separate from this $21,000 fine. Do we know where it's impounded at currently? Is it being held in the police impound lot, or is it at Mosley's or Hayes?
No, I think it's down there. I think they got that in the police impound out there, Your Honor.
Okay, well, yeah, there's gonna be some fees for it, but it probably won't be as expensive as the storage at Hayes or Mosley's then. So they'll need to pay that directly to the clerk there at the impound lot. And what'd you say his uncle's name was? Josie?
Yeah, Josie. What his name is, young man?
Yeah. It's Josie Puke.
Okay. All right. Well, that'll be the order of the court. 2 years in prison to begin serving tomorrow for transport to Bolingbroke. $21,000 fine. Vehicle to be released to the subject's uncle after those fees are paid, and after release from Bolingbroke, you'll need to attend at least 1 week driving school. Okay.
Can I attend the driving school while I'm serving my time?
No, they don't really have that out there, sir.
Oh, okay.
They're not gonna let you get in a vehicle out there at Bolingbroke, sir.
Oh, all right.
It's a prison.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, so that's it. Any other questions on that, Mr. Puke, Mr. Sharkskin, or Mr. Johnson?
No,
I
Your
don't have any
Honor.
questions.
What was that, Mr. Puke?
I don't have any more questions.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it for this case. Y'all are free to step back. Mr. Johnson, it looks like you are.
I gotta go shopping.
Looks like you're the prosecutor on this next. You're the defense attorney on this next case, Mr. Johnson, and Mr. Jack Kuffs is going to be the prosecutor.
Will that
this
be
is a case.
Herbert?
Yes, this is a case for state of San Andreas versus John Herbert. There's quite the number of
Herbert.
charges here.
Here comes Herbert. This is gonna be a good
See,
one
do
right
we
here.
have?
Mr. Herbert will be here in a second. I've got my legal associate escorting him here.
I got you. Let's see. How many officers do we have on this? We got. I see one from Commissioner Granley. Is Commissioner Granley in the courtroom? I see one for Sergeant Carlson with the Sheriff's Department. Sergeant Carlson in the courtroom.
Yes.
All right, and then I see another one from Lieutenant O'Connor. Lieutenant O'Connor's not in the courtroom. And I've also got a letter that was sent to the court.
Oh, he's got clothes on.
Commissioner
Herbert has
Reynolds here,
clothes
too.
on.
From Jagdeep.
Herbert has clothes
Who
on.
else
Awesome.
Did you say was here?
Commissioner Granley just walked in,
Okay.
I believe.
All right. So, what? Let me look over my notes on this.
Herbert
one real
has
quick. I don't
clothes,
see any
everyone.
pending plea
Dun
agreement
dun
on this
dun.
one.
Look at the
Negative,
moles on his
Your Honor.
head.
We would like to plead mentally insane on those charges on the grounds of Mr. Herbert experiencing severe unmanaged Alzheimer's disease. I have conferred with Dr. Patel, Chief Medical Officer at St. Pierce Medical Hospital, and he is under the same impression that he has severely managed Alzheimer's disease and has since begun a regime of medication and has now been able to present himself to court today. And since starting the medication, Mr. Herbert has had a turnaround, and initially from our initial conversations we had, he has changed
on medication
dramatically as a person, in my opinion.
Holy shit!
This is Mr. John Herbert that's over here next to you now.
Yes, it is.
He cleans up nicely.
Good evening, Mr. Herbert.
How are you, Judge?
I'm doing well. How are you, sir?
I feel a little bit better.
Okay. I like your suit there. That's pretty nice.
Well, thank you.
As long as it's not just a trench
you
coat.
met with your attorney and what he's sharing seems to match up with what you're understanding, sir.
Oh, yes.
Okay, you feel like
He's actually got pants.
your representation by your attorney
Yes.
has been adequate?
He has
He's an
pants and
amazing man. I'll
everything,
be honest
everybody.
with you.
Wow.
All right. Mr. Kuffs, according to my notes here, I'm seeing we've got, y'all feel free to hold on to something if you need to. I'm showing 1 count of reckless driving causing injury,
1,
1 count of lewd conduct in public,
2,
1 count of trespass, 1
3,
count of speeding
4,
15 over, 1 count of reckless driving, 2
5,
counts of driving
6,
without
7.
a license, 1 count of expired or invalid registration. Does that sound about right?
It does, Your Honor.
8
All right,
damn charges.
Mr. Herbert, do you have a driver's license now?
Yes.
You
sir.
had a
I
driver's
had
license, Herbert.
license for quite
You
some
had a
time. I
driver's
don't know where
license.
those other charges came from.
Oh, Leah, don't say that.
Driving without a license.
Your Honor, that case was presented by Chief Wilson of the LSPD. There isn't appearing to be a report backing up that, nor officer signature regarding that fine. Mr. Herbert has maintained a license, from what I've been able to see for many years, outdating that charge.
Also, I don't understand the 15 over. I have a hard time driving fast. Sometimes I go about maybe 10 miles an hour, but I take back roads.
All right, well, I don't want you to testify against yourself there, Mr. Herbert. So, Mr. Johnson, it's your hope that the court would accept a plea of not guilty by reason of mental defect, correct?
That is, Your Honor.
Oh, he's mental, all right.
And you say he's, I mean, looking at this letter from Dr. Patel, he has quite the list of medications here.
Yes,
Dr. Patel
His
was
medical conditions on
Whisper's
this
other
letter
character.
are listed as Alzheimer's disease, rheumatoid arthritis, cardiac stent, cataracts, and chronic pain.
Chronic.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is he
Common
high?
Medications are galantamine, 16 milligrams, sildenafil, Viagra, 100 milligrams as required. Holy shit.
Viagra?
Rosuvastatin, 40 milligrams. I can't even pronounce half of these.
Yes, Your Honor. The next one is clopidogrel, 75 milligrams. That is a blood thinner to help with the cardiac stent. The other one is glycerin trinitrate, which is GTN spray for heart conditions. Aspirin, 100 milligrams. Acetaminophen, 200 milligrams. And pregabalin twice a day, which is 75 milligrams.
What's the pregabalin for?
That is
I
for
bet
his
he's-
arthritis. It is a nerve pain medication.
And the galantamine.
I bet he's sporting a boner under that suit.
The galantamine is used recently to help treat his Alzheimer's disease. Since commencing that a few weeks ago, he has been able to dramatically take a step for the better, I would say. He was previously receiving care from his son, who wasn't able to engage with him in recent times. Since touching base with him, I have referred him on to Old Todgett Assisted Living, where he's been getting support daily. It is a communal area, so he does have autonomy and his own freedoms, and he is able to get routine assessments from occupational therapy.
So how do y'all
about
enjoy
what
this
he
point of view?
needs
You
in the home.
would you rather have it from
I'd
like
also like
the
to
judge's
advise
point
the
of
court
view?
that there is a large number of charges
Because we
that
can
have
actually
dated across
play
many years
videos
for
for
this
evidence when required.
client. And I just feel like with this client, he's gone through a really rough patch, and I don't think that some of the law enforcement officers that have interacted with him have really
Oops, tab
worked
back
out
in.
why. Because a lot of these people have come up time and time again, but yet they haven't seemed to connect the dots that maybe there's something more going on, and they just appear to be slapping more charges on my client. So really, I feel like it's a bit of a failure from the state where they should have safeguarded him. I do see he was transported once by fire department to hospital, but then he refused treatment at the hospital, from what I can see here.
All right, what is the rosuvastatin, or how do you pronounce that?
Rosuvastatin.
Yeah, what is
That is
that? for?
cholesterol.
Okay.
That is cholesterol. That is used in conjunction with the cardiac stent, as advised by Dr. Patel. And they are used so he doesn't
Alright,
have a
looking at
further
each
heart
other.
attack.
All right. Mr. Kuffs, what are your feelings on this plea of not guilty by reason of mental defect, sir? Do you have any objections to that?
I do, Your Honor. I feel with the multiple
good,
charges that
Stephen.
have been
It's
brought against
Friday
him in the
night.
past,
How are you doing?
Would like to see a minimum of 5 years suspended
Ooh.
license and a fine of course choosing.
Told you Herbert's losing that license.
Your Honour, I would also like to advise the court that my client doesn't have the means to be able to afford a large fine of that amount. It would have to be something minor at best, as my client doesn't have a whole lot of money, unfortunately.
This assisted living place you're speaking of, do they have transportation available for residents there?
They do, but it's only for the more progressed residents who are unable to transport themselves.
Okay.
Mr. Herbert gonna be getting on a damn bus. Sounds like.
Well,
Also, Your Honor, on time was if his license is reinstated, would also like to have some provisions put on there, as in you can't drive at night, you can't drive outside of city limits, and also weather dependent as well.
Your Honour, I also spoke to Dr. Patel on this matter. Now, I did advise him that he has got several legal charges pending and not to provide an overall definitive answer. However, I did recommend that he assess his ability to drive under the current medications that he's on and current health conditions. Now, he did write a letter stating that Mr. Herbert,
Good to
in
hear,
his
Stephen.
best
That's
health
awesome to
condition,
hear.
should only ever drive
I'm trying not to talk too
under
much,
daylight hours, not in inclement weather.
so y'all can
or
hear the
without
paces and all
taking
that
his
too. I'm
prior
still trying to
prescription
engage with my wonderful viewers.
which has been instrumental in getting my client here today and getting him up on the straight and narrow.
Do any of these medications have side effects that would restrict vision or balance or coordination control or anything like that?
Your Honour, the only one that would potentially have that is the pregabalin. As it's a low dose and it's only twice a day, which would be more than
Pregabalin?
I don't believe
Is
that
that
would
what
be
he
an
just said?
overall playing factor on his vision or cognitive impairments.
Okay. All right, here's what I'm inclined to do. I'm inclined to, I am not going to accept the not guilty by reason of mental defect defense in this case. Although I do understand that he has some possible mental impairment. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to defer prosecuting this case. I'm going to basically retire these to the file. They'll be no prost. However, in exchange for that no prost, what I am going to do is I'm going to suspend Mr. Herbert's license for a period of 90 days.
Oh no.
During that 90 days, he's going to have to go take some type of a driving course that's going to be graded, and that grade needs to be turned back into the court. If he does not pass that driving course, then his license is going to be revoked permanently.
Permanent.
Yes, Your Honor. I would also advise the court that he is undergoing a minor cataract surgery coming up. And the Dr. Patel has recommended that he can't drive 30 days post-surgery, which his surgery is currently scheduled for the 22nd of February this year.
Okay. Well, we'll do the 90-day suspension on the license. But now that suspension can lift after 90 days, pending the fact that he needs to take this driving course and pass it. If due to his surgery he's unable to take that driving course within the 90 days, that license suspension will continue past the 90 days until such time as he's passed.
Alright, so anybody still hanging out with me?
Your Honor, where do I go for this?
So, letting you know ahead of time.
Your attorney can get you fixed up with that.
Tomorrow is myself and Ryan Wilson's streaming from the Kuffs server.
It doesn't have to be done right away.
Because tonight
Sergeant
is...
Carlson in the
Oh,
courtroom?
look at Rico.
Sergeant Carlson.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sheriff's Department. Can you step forward, sir?
So tomorrow night, Ryan Wilson and myself, we are doing a prison stream. Since everybody's going to prison tonight, we're doing a prison stream confirmed tomorrow.
Up here a second.
All right, now I'm
Mr.
looking
Wilson.
at the record here. I see where you
I don't know
have,
what point of view he's streaming, but I will be streaming
you
a
submitted evidence
Weasel
of,
News type thing, and we're going to be interviewing
printout
some of
from
the
your
inmates.
Radar showing 79 miles per hour and a 50 mile per hour
Holy
zone.
cow!
And that's at which time he crashed into another vehicle and was swerving between lanes. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Excuse me for yawning, y'all. I've been up since early this morning.
This, Mr. Johnson, is
It's
why
already almost 10
I'm-
o'clock for
I mean,
myself.
I can't let Mr. Herbert just go free on these charges, because the next time he's back out on the road, you know, it's our responsibility to protect the citizens of the state of San Andreas and to administer the laws fairly. You know, most other folks, if they had this length of charges here, they'd be looking at some jail time.
Oh yeah, hell
So
yeah.
I'm good with retiring these to the file and not prosecuting these charges, but he is going to have to go through this driving course after his cataract surgery.
Man, he's getting off easy.
His license is going to be suspended until that is finished. If he does not pass that course satisfactorily, his license is going to be revoked.
Ooh, can I give the course?
If he comes back into this courtroom again for evading law enforcement or causing injury in a vehicle, I'm pretty sure he's probably going to lose his license at that point.
Losing license.
Mr. Herbert, once you do get your license back, if you get your license back from passing this test, I am going to place some restrictions on your driving.
Okay.
All right? Those restrictions are going to be, once all this is said and done and you've passed this test and your attorney's told you that your license has been reinstated,
Dun, dun,
you verified
dun.
that your license has been reinstated, you are only to operate a motor vehicle during the daylight hours.
Oh
The
God.
moment it gets dark, if you're too far away from home, you park that car and you call somebody to come and pick you up.
Yes.
You are
Oops.
not to operate a motor vehicle at night
Hit my mic
or
stand.
in poor weather conditions, including fog, rain, snow, anything like
Hell, fire,
that.
brimstone.
You also must take your prescribed medications. If you've missed any
I know,
doses of
Leah.
your medications, you do not. need
How's
to
he
be
missing
charged.
jail sentence on this?
You understand those requirements?
Yeah, I believe that makes sense.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to retire these charges.
Got
to
moles
the
on his
file.
head.
You're free to step back, Sergeant Carson. I'm sorry, sir. I'm going to retire these charges to the file. That means they can be resurrected if Mr. Herbert comes back before this court for similar charges. Make sure you explain that to him, okay, Mr. Johnson?
I will, Your Honor.
Not going to prosecute him this time. We're gonna
Next
suspend his
time,
license for 90 days,
you're going down.
pending a completion of a driving test satisfactory with passing grades. If he comes back in here with anything
Judge is in a
similar to
good
this, we're
mood. He
gonna
must have
pick
ate
back
some good
up.
fried chicken before a
And
court tonight.
It's not gonna go well. I can't have somebody out there that's gonna kill somebody on these roads.
But then again, I did catch a $72,000 fine,
you know,
4 years in
regardless of their
prison,
mental state.
3 years probation. So
Okay.
Your Honor, I agree with that, and I thank you for your leniency in this decision.
so I
And
stand.
until then, Mr. Herbert, I suggest you get with the folks at
So,
your retirement community. Let them know that you're no
72,
longer
1,
allowed to
2,
drive.
3
If they need to
divided
let
by
you
3 years
report,
ago. Oh,
we can get one over
Holy
there to them.
shit.
And get you back and forth to any doctor's appointments that you have.
I'd have to
If
pay
that's not possible,
$2,000
then
a
the state
month.
does have, what are they? What is our public transit for the elderly called here? What is it?
I had to pay $2,000 a month in probation
Dustbusters?
fees.
Is that what it's called?
I believe so, Your
Dustbusters.
Yeah, I think we've got a Dustbusters.
I
group that
can't.
can come around. They're a volunteer group. They'll come around
I
and take
can't.
you to your doctor's
I
appointment.
can't.
All right, so that's order of the court retiring these to the file. Suspension of driver's license for 90 days. License cannot be reinstated until such time as the driving test has been passed satisfactorily. And then we also have those requirements of not driving at night and not driving in inclement weather, and that you must take your medications if you're going to be driving. You understand that, Mr. Herbert?
Yes.
Okay, that's it. You're free to go, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
That's something I hate about them chairs. It makes you stand up on top of them.
All right, Mr. Kuffs, and it looks like Mr. Sharkskin are the attorneys on this next case here. It's going to be State of San Andreas versus William Davey. Is William Davey in the courtroom?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
William Davey.
I
Call
think he's
William
out.
Davey.
I think he's out in the entryway out there.
Well, that was surprising.
Well, yeah.
This is your client,
Yeah,
Mr.
you-
Sharkskin,
You
William
got
Davey.
dressed up for court, I see.
Well,
Thank you for wearing
these
your,
are my nice clothes.
Yeah, thank you for wearing your clean wife beater to court. Mr. Davey.
Oh, no problem. I'm nothing but respect here. Nothing but respect.
Have your seat. Yeah. Lord of mercy, we're children.
It's not right.
Alright, so let's see. If I'm reading this correctly, I'm seeing 2 counts of Grand Theft Auto, 2 counts of reckless evading of law enforcement, 1 count of kidnapping, 2 counts of resisting arrest, 1 count of possession of controlled substance, 1 count of driving under the influence, 2 counts of driving without a valid driver's license, and 1 count of evading law enforcement in a vehicle.
I think you need to get ready to retire.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever thought of retiring?
Uh-oh.
Those wrinkles on your face. The amount of wrinkles is probably your age, huh?
Uh-oh. Someone's been getting hit with a contempt of court.
I also see 1 count of illegal window tint, 1 count of reckless driving causing the injury.
Yes, sir.
Someone's getting the
Those are
contempt of
listed
court.
charges against my client.
Yes, sir. You've been quite the busy man there, Mr. Davey.
Well, I'm trying to clean up.
Sir.
What's that?
Don't testify against yourself, sir.
I know.
Don't know, Hoff, but
All right, I believe
think it
there's
may have been a
argument
new
pending on this one as well. Let me read over
a new
this.
player, maybe. Maybe he didn't understand the rules of the court because he's walking in and out constantly. And yep, the trooper got that one. Shut that one
All
down.
right, so if I'm reading this plea deal correctly, Mr. Sharkskin, your client intends to enter a plea of guilty on all charges in exchange for a reduced sentence of only 20
I bet
years.
they got a. I didn't recognize the voice either.
License of 20 years. Is that
Sounded
correct?
kind of
Yes,
young.
sir. Yes, sir. Now that's going to be spanning 4 cases of record number 4757, 4364, 4047.
Judge Brickett
3705.
said you disrupt his
What
court
about
proceedings
4, 6,
tonight.
7, and 3, 8, and
You was
4,
going
sir?
to
Oh, no,
get
sir,
the
I didn't
contempt
get
of court
that
charge
wrong.
on you. He was going
I only
to
had the
send
4
you on over to
cases
jail.
here, total up to about 50, 60 years.
All right. Well, 4670 and 3894 are the two that you don't have.
Yes, sir.
4670 is from October of 2022. Reckless driving causing injury in a green Honda Accord. This was entered by Sergeant Carlson with the Sheriff's Department. And then 3894 from February. This is an older one from, it looks like February the 8th, 2022. Lieutenant Deputy James, Sheriff's Department. It was a failure to stop, but the citation was only issued for the license not being valid. It was newly purchased and not yet registered. I'm good with not pursuing that last one there. Since it was
I don't
newly
know.
done, that's more or less like a fix-it ticket.
Trying to see who might be on.
I'm good with the plea deal, Mr. Kuffs. Are you?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right. Yeah, we can clear all of this up with the guilty plea. 20 years in Bolingbroke and a suspended license for those 20 years. Now, let me add this up here because I'm seeing 6 years for the Grand Theft Auto. 6 years for reckless
I don't
evading
know who
law
could have been.
enforcement, so that's 12 years.
Oh, well.
Kidnapping is another 12 years. That's 24 years. 25 years, that would be with resisting arrest. 26. 27. 28. I'm only coming up with 28 years maximum sentence here. Does that seem to be correct, Mr. Kuffs? Am I tallying that up correctly?
I believe so, Your Honor.
I mean, the two Grand Theft Autos, if we did max on those, would be 6 years. And then another 6 years for reckless evading, that's 12. Then 12 years on the kidnapping, so that's 20. I'm gonna amend this plea bargain, this plea deal here. Let me know what you gentlemen think about this. I'm inclined to reduce the sentence to 20 years in custody of the department, 15 years in custody of the Department of Corrections. With a suspended license of 15 years to be run during that time frame. Is that agreeable to you, gentlemen?
Well, feels like we hit the lottery here on this side of the courtroom.
Short skin getting
24 years.
pretty good.
Good time. Even if I was to give him his 24 years, he'd probably end up getting out in about 15 anyway. So we'll just do 15 straight time.
Yeah, I'm happy
Yeah,
with that.
we'll accept that, Your Honor. Now, let me ask a question. Being that we had agreed to a 20-year suspended license, can that also be reduced to match the 15-year incarceration?
Yeah,
by the time he gets out, he's going to be 50. And he's going to need to pick up his life from nothing again, and we feel that him not having transportation could hamper that.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that. I would do the suspended license for the 15 years that he's serving. But now I'm also going to put him on probation for 5 years once he gets out. So he'll need to stay out of trouble for 5 years after he gets out. We don't want to see him back in here with these kind of charges again. Mr. Davey, what I'm inclined to do here, just so you understand, is instead of 20 years, you'll only serve 15 years, sir.
Oh, yeah, all right.
All right, your license will be suspended during that 15
Look
years.
at that hairdo.
Oh, man.
So, well, you're gonna be locked up anyway. It's not like you'll be driving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So once you get out,
What they call it back in the day? Business in
you're
the
gonna be
front,
on
party in the rear.
probation for 5 years.
A
You're gonna
mullet?
have to report to a probation officer. They may show up at your house.
Okay.
Do you have any drug or alcohol habits, sir?
No, not anymore. I don't. Nope.
Not anymore.
I do suggest that you seek some, maybe do some meetings while you're incarcerated or whatever, because once you get out and you're on probation, you're subject to being color coded, and you may have to submit to a blood or alcohol
Color coded.
test
I like
at
how
any time.
how on it says
Okay.
piss
Yep.
test.
Yeah, I understand that. Yep.
All right. Now, and what'll happen is if you're revoked, if your probation is revoked, you're gonna serve whatever's left of that 5 years back in Bolingbroke. Okay.
Well, hell, I mean, I'm already going to spend 15 years there. I don't need to go there anymore after
I-
that.
I'm with you there. Now, what about assets, sir? Do you have
Piss
any
test.
money with which to pay any fines?
Man, I don't have nothing right now.
These charges have quite a large amount of fines, sir. There was no mention in the plea deal about any of these
Hey,
fines
I
and
got
how they were gonna be
195
So I kind of
subs.
figured it was going to be around, I don't know, like $800.
We're knocking on 2.
No, sir, definitely not $800.
I swear I just heard a murder kitty.
You're looking at 40, 50.
$50.
No, you're looking at over $50,000 worth of fines, sir.
Well, that's a lot more than $800.
It definitely is. How do you plan on getting that paid, sir? You got any assets that can be sold or what?
Well, no, not really. I mean, I could probably work it off. I'm good for it.
I'm sure you are, sir. So here's going to be the order of the court then. 15 years
Yes.
in custody.
One from age has been a car squealing tires there. Hoff.
15 years suspended license, 5 years probation. I'm going to levy a $20,000 fine. So you're going to have that 5-year probationary period to get that $20,000 fine paid.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I did speak with the local Habitat for Humanity who does work with offenders, and they have agreed upon his release that if he stays clean, that they would semi-employ him so he can earn some sort of a living, maybe make a little money, pay off some fines, and then of course if he stays clean for a period of 1 year, they will hire him full time at about $20,000 a year to start. So it's not all hopeless for my defendant if he can just stay clean.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's going to be the order of the court. $20,000 fine, 15 years in Bolingbroke, 15 years suspended license, 5 years probation. You've got 5 years to pay that $20,000 fine back, sir. I'm going to caution you, though. There is a possibility of extensions on those fines. Don't go out there and do anything stupid trying to get the money to pay those fines and end up back in jail, Mr. Davey.
Don't fuck up.
Yeah, I know. I hear you. I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, sir, you need to report to the bailiff outside. You're going to come back here again tomorrow to turn yourself in. You have until tomorrow to get your affairs in order. Report back here for your transport to Bolingbroke, sir.
Okay.
All right.
I come here, or I go over to another police station, or do I go to Bolingbroke itself?
Your attorney will let you know, sir.
Oh.
You'll be transported to Bolingbroke more than likely.
Oh. Okay. All right. All right. Yep.
All right. You got anything else, Mr. Kuffs, on this one?
I know that was Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Sharkskin, you good with that?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Davey, you're free to go until tomorrow.
All right.
If you don't show up for transport to Bolingbroke, sir, we're going to issue a fugitive justice warrant against you. You understand that?
Yep. I understand.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, that's it for that case then. Let's see, Mr. Johnson and Mr. Sharkskin, I have listed as attorneys on this next case. It's going to be the state of San Andreas versus Jerome Williams.
Oh, this is going to be Ace's character.
Is there Jerome Williams in the courtroom?
Jerome Williams. Yo,
He's
yo,
probably
wait.
out there at the snack machine at the moment.
Would you like me to go see out there, yo, Warner?
No, we can give it just a moment. You met with this client, Mr. Sharkskin?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have spoken directly by telephone.
Okay, because I'm showing there's also a plea deal pending on this one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is
Oh, there it is right there. Yeah. Go in there and have your seat there. You get that suit at the men's warehouse.
Is everybody pleading out tonight?
Let's see. Do we have any officers that are still in the courtroom that are waiting to testify?
Officers?
Who's this officer on the front row here?
Is that Carlson? Carlson?
Yeah, that's Sergeant Carlson, Your Honor.
You don't have any other cases that I know of here, sir. So you're free to stay or you're free to go, whichever you so choose, there, Sergeant.
Okay. I'll stick around.
No
Thank
other
you.
officers are waiting to testify that might need to be released. All right, good deal. Let me look over the case here. Mr. Johnson and Mr. Sharkskin, I'm showing that we have against Mr. Williams here 1 count of possession of narcotics while armed, 1 count of possession of controlled substance, 1 count of possession of controlled substance with intent to distribute, 4 counts of grand theft auto, 1 count of reckless evading of law enforcement, 1 count of robbery, 1 count of carjacking, 1 count of brandishing or displaying a deadly weapon, 1 count of felon carrying a concealed weapon without a permit. Okay, that was it. I thought I was going to have to keep going there. Does that sound
Mr.
about right?
Boomiachi.
That made me tired, Your Honor. Yes, sir. That's all.
That sounds right, Your Honor.
All right, and the plea deal here is to plead guilty on all counts except the robbery in exchange for 20 years in Bolingbroke. Does that sound about right?
Yes, Your Honor. It appears the robbery and carjacking have been a double charge.
The robbery and the carjacking were a double charge?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
We're,
Yes, sir.
we've come to the agreement that we're dropping the robbery in order for a guilty plea.
Okay, so it was a carjacking, and that was the item that was robbed. There was nothing else robbed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Williams, without testifying against yourself, are you employed, sir? I can't hear you, Mr. Williams. You're gonna have to speak up, sir.
He's a
Yeah,
little soft-spoken, Your Honor.
Yeah, you're gonna have to kind of shout in here, sir. Do you know if he's employed, Mr. Sharkskin?
Can you hear me now, Your Honor?
Yes, I can, Mr. Williams.
I apologize. I'm not employed, sir.
Okay, well that's an awfully nice suit right
I got an uncle that hooked me up.
there. Okay. All right. So, Mr. Williams, I see there's a plea deal pending here
Ace's character.
for pleading guilty on all of these charges except.
I think he robbed me one night. It's my old man character.
And then in exchange for that, you'll serve 20 years.
Stole my car.
I
think he did, that asshole.
Corrections. Is that your understanding, sir? Mr. Williams?
Yes, Your Honor. I was hoping that we could talk about that Grand Theft Auto. I didn't do that many Grand Theft Autos, sir.
I see 4 of them here. How many do you think you did?
As I spoke to my representation here, sir, there was 3 grand theft autos and a carjacking, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. 3 Grand Theft Autos and carjacking. That's
Alright,
not much
so if
different.
You drop 1 count of Grand Theft Auto and 1 count of robbery, and then you'll plead guilty on everything else in exchange for a 20-year sentence. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Whoa! I only got 4 years sentence. He got 20-year sentence. Yes.
Okay.
I'm glad I got there early.
My concern, Mr. Sharkskin, is that you know, we've got drug charges, weapon charges, carjacking. You know, this is quite the trifecta of dangerous criminal that you're representing here, sir.
Only
And
5 chats. It's like 7 folks or 8 folks streaming tonight, Hoff.
right now, Mr.
I lost count. I think there's a
I'm
total of 6
22,
people streaming.
Your
Myself, Ace,
Alright, so
Onyx,
when you get out, you'll be
Rye,
42 years old.
Steve, Megan. Yeah, there's 6 folks streaming tonight from the server that I know of.
You got any children, sir?
No.
That you know of?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I bet he knows Carla.
What about you, Mr. Sharkskin? Never mind. Don't answer that. Sir. Don't answer that, sir.
Wait, so I'm in here for that long?
Oh God, you's a dumbass out there.
He's a dumbass.
You're lucky they don't electrocute you.
All right, so I'll accept this plea deal. We'll drop the 1 robbery charge, the 1 Grand Theft Auto charge. I'll sentence you, Mr. Williams, to
Hey, I'm gonna jump through everybody's
20 years in
chats
public
too here and there.
service.
20 years.
However, I will qualify you for good behavior. So if you get in there and you take some of those classes, maybe get a trade while you're in there, all of that stuff will help reduce your time. You could get out in as soon as 14 and a half years, sir.
Mr. Lou needs to get his hair, his comb out.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If you take those courses there now, I'm going to caution you of this though, sir. If you get in there and you fall in with the wrong folks,
Like how his character scratches his ear at just the right time.
Charges that you got here. If you're caught with any
Oh,
narcotics
Craig?
while you're in prison, sir, you know there's going to be additional charges, and you can be looking at more jail time added on, right?
Yes, I understand. Narcotics was a misunderstanding, Your Honor. I'm not about that life, sir.
Okay. I don't know how it can be a misunderstanding when you have that large of amount in there, but don't testify against yourself, sir. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do 20 years in state prison custody. I'm going to levy a fine of. Did you say you had? Do you have children, Mr. Williams?
No, sir.
Okay, you don't have any children.
No kids.
All right, I got you.
Pretty good at getting out of there.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna do a $10,000 fine.
Oh, he got away cheap, but he got a lot more time. Yes.
Do 20 years in prison, 5 years probation. Mr. Williams, you're to report back here tomorrow to turn yourself in to be transported to Bolingbroke.
Your Honor, could you explain to my client what concurrently means?
Hey there,
current
Joe.
is everything's gonna be served
Hope you're
on
having a good weekend there.
Right. So
Everybody who's watching
all of
this
your charges are gonna be
live
combined.
on replay.
Space these
That's
out,
right, off.
Just for example, Mr. Williams.
Pull out game strong. He uses the bucket method.
Just 1 count
Doo-doo-doo.
of
Shh.
carjacking,
You know what the bucket method is, don't you?
you could serve 9 years in prison. Well, rather than adding all these up and being like, okay, that's 42 years, we're gonna run all of these together so that you're only gonna serve 20. And like I told you, if you take advantage of some of these courses and some of these good time programs that they have in there,
Good time
you may be able to
programs.
get out early. You know, you can go in there, you get your law degree, you can become ordained like Mr. Sharkskin here. You know, all those courses you take and different things that you participate in there. You know,
Oh
the drug and
gosh,
alcohol rehabilitation programs, all that stuff will help reduce some of your
this
time
is
a little
so much fun.
Thank you, Your Honor.
bit. Okay. Mr. Sharkskin, I'm going to ask that you check in on this guy from time to time. He's kind of a young fella. He's going to need somebody older
guidance.
to kind of give him some pointers there.
Besides his pull-out game.
You mind trying to visit him once every 2 or 3 months or so, see how he's doing over there?
No, it'd be my pleasure, y'all wanna.
Yo, oh, I love him.
All right, now, Mr. Williams, I really don't want to see you back in this courtroom, sir. Once you get out, I hope you clean your act up.
Yes, Your Honor. As a first-time offender, I just want to say I don't plan to do this again, Your Honor.
Well, I mean, you racked up quite a bit of charges for the first time.
It was a very bad day, Your Honor. I apologize.
This was all in one day?
I'll let my attorney.
Okay, yeah, don't
that part.
Yeah, don't testify against yourself, sir. All right, so that's going to be the order of the court then.
Well, should we get close to wrapping up court tonight?
With credit for any good time programs that are participated in. We're going to do a $10,000 fine.
Let me
which
take a look
will
at the
be
docket right
payable,
fast.
at some point after you get out, sir. Turn yourself back in here to be transported to Bolingbroke tomorrow. Anybody have any questions on that?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Can I pay a higher fine or something?
That would be the last one.
Just saying. Let's make a deal.
All right, I've got all my notes transferred over here. So do we have any other cases that are pending that I may not have called?
Not from me, Your Honor.
None for me, Your Honor. My docket is now full.
Okay.
That is it. That is court.
All right, so I'm going to go give all these notes to the court clerk, Listerina Colgate. She'll be out front for anybody that is here waiting to pay fines and enter any guilty pleas. She will meet y'all out front here in just a little bit. Counselors, counselors, y'all don't have anything else at the moment?
Negative. I'm clear on mine.
Negative, Your Honor.
All right, sounds good. So, like I say, I'm going to go get Miss Gate. She'll be coming out here in just a moment. She'll take any fines and stuff out there at the desk in the lobby.
All right, y'all. That is court.
That's going to do it for this session of court. Court is adjourned until next time, ladies and gentlemen.
All rise.
Goodbye, Your Honor.
See you next time, Mr. Sharkskin.
Your Honor, and thank you for your hospitality.
And that is court, everybody.
Yeah, you almost blowed it right there. Act like we on a game show. Look, it kill your ass.
Thought we were getting less time, man.
Well, if you get in there and don't be an asshole, you might get out a little early.
That judge was in a good mood tonight.
I thought we were talking about like 10, 12 years, something like.
No,
It was spelled correctly.
What we talked about 20 is what we talked about. Oh my God! You just forgot some numbers in there, like 13
You
and
paying
18
any fines?
and all they made it was.
Miss
Who's
Pam?
ready for some Listerina
No.
Colgate sass?
I am like fine free.
There you go.
All right, yes. We are walking outside.
Oh wait.
So yeah, everybody, that is court. We have had our court session for 2023. We are done. This is Jamie H. hanging out with you, showing you from Weasel News point of view. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Tomorrow night, turn into Rye Wilson and my channel over here. We will be doing a prison stream. I'm not sure what Rye's planning to do from his point of view, but I'm doing a Weasel News interview the prisoners, interview the guards, maybe the warden, and just kind of see what happens inside a prison. I should have some armed escorts, I hope. We hope most of the time. But we should have us a good time. I'm going to call it tonight. And we will see y'all in the next one. Later, y'all.
Come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. I have come, losing my control. The light is gone. The light is gone. It's crazy. The light is gone. I wish that you could save me. Stop this conversation. Control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation.